Fighter number 1, from Belleville, Illinois, it's Spencer Waddell.
Okay, all right. Another big boy is coming on, so we're going to have you. I think Steven's going to be attending to his wife for a second, so
Okay.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to handle me a little longer.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. These walkouts are really cool too. Like when I'm backstage looking at the, I'm trying to judge how big they are, and I can't tell with the armors. Like, am I bigger? Are they bigger than me?
Yeah.
But then they walk out and they look like they're the
massive
biggest
hulks,
thing in
man.
the world. They've got the smoke and the lights. They just look huge.
Yeah, just abnormal. It gives you a new respect for it. I was telling Steven, well, here's our fighters real quick. We got Spencer Waddell, so he's from Team Wakanda. Actually, we got to fight against him at that Dragon Con event, and they won the last year. He runs a whole team called the Knights of Wakanda. Big boy, 6'4", 265, 5 years experience, fighting against Jimmy Shock, 6'3", 255, 5 years experience as well, and about 10 years age difference.
Fighter number 2, from Fraser, Michigan, it's Jimmy Shaw.
Oh, and the way the light hits the sword.
Yeah, this is starting to go viral a little bit. It's getting its traction. A couple years ago, it wasn't super known. It was real just big. The sport was just big in Europe.
Yeah. Again, I was talking to some guys backstage and said, yeah, they traveled over to Italy and UK and Germany and said they've got teams all over the place.
Yeah.
February, they have the big one here in South Carolina where you pick the team that goes overseas.
Yeah. Like a national championship.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to go over and try to win that crown.
Fighters to the center of the ring. Match number 9. To reintroduce the fighters, wearing the yellow, green, and black tabard from Illinois, it's Spencer Waddell. And his opponent from Michigan, wearing the red Kinyas tabard, it's Jimmy Shaw. The fighters have agreed to 3 2-minute rounds. If you're taken to the ground, you'll be stood up after 15 seconds. If your clench is inactive for longer than 4 seconds, you will be separated. No illegal strikes. Defend yourselves at all times and obey the referee at all times. Fighters, do you agree to these terms? Then touch tips and back to your corner.
That touch tips.
The touch tips. Yeah, we got a shirt made
Fighter
that says
number 1, are
touch
you
tips,
ready?
and that's going to probably sell out.
Fighter number 2, are you ready? In Nashville, make some noise if you're ready.
All right, here we go. Yeah, kickboxing, it's start with a kick, end with a kick, and it's
Start fight.
And the counting in this is insane. The counters have to be extremely good with this sport because it's so fast.
Yeah, I've been trying to count and I haven't gotten close.
If I was gambling, I've lost all my money. Man, these guys came out just
They're
balls
moving
the wall, didn't
quick,
they?
man.
And they've got 2 minutes of this in armor.
Ooh. Now, I have to imagine you gas faster wearing
Yes.
70 pounds.
Yes.
And not being able, I put a helmet on backstage and it's so hot. Just
It's
standing
hot,
there talking.
yeah. We were just talking about the CO2 that builds up. That's why you see them pumping them full of oxygen when they lift their helmet.
Okay.
So they can get full breath.
Yeah.
Because you're probably getting 30-40% in armor, and your vision is not good in the armor. You know, you can the helmets that they're using allow more vision but less protection because that sword can go through there, which we've had that happen.
Okay. Ooh. It would be a cool thing to lose an eye for. Just tell you, yeah,
Yes.
a sword fight, and you got me.
Now, with your style of fighting that
1
you've
minute.
done in the UFC, can you see some things that you could use in this?
I think that shield would be my best friend.
Yeah.
Now, I would have to get used to, like you said, they're counting the sword strikes and all that. Using the shield would be the wrong way when points are involved. But I think that shield would just be
Going for that shield
just
punch.
get two shields, one on each hand.
We have always said we should be able to do that.
Yeah.
It would be really cool. And these guys are going at it. It doesn't look like they're really getting too tired, which is impressive.
They're still throwing heavy.
Yeah. I think the guy in the red I saw backstage too, and he was like, how big is he? Good shield strike.
Yeah, and the shield strikes, you see them from the the bleachers. You see that head rock back.
Yep.
Every time that big shot happens.
10 seconds, fighter.
That's the only thing that does suck, though, is if you sit there and punch someone in the face, you're like, oh, it didn't hurt him.
And stop fight, fighters. Back to your corners.
That one
We'll give them a
hurt
quick
him.
minute
I'm
rest
calling
and send them right
it.
back out.
It's extremely been hard to call this whole time. Like, I've sucked all night. Last 2 shows I was on point. Out of that round, and I know you're not a counter, neither. Obviously, neither am I. Who would you rate?
I'm gonna go with Sean.
Sean, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he looked more going at the end of it. Like they both started on fire, but at the end he looked like he was pushing forward a little bit more. He landed the big shot, the big hook.
Right.
Round number 2. Fighter number 1, are you ready?
Started fast.
Fighter number 2, are you ready? And Nashville, who's ready out there?
He's got a good voice for this.
Dude, yeah, he's awesome.
Start fight.
You should see him fight. It's unreal.
Yeah. He was telling us all, I would be fighting except I blew my knee out because I got a sword. And then I fought again.
And then he jumps on it. It makes me nervous. He's got it. Spencer, man. Spencer's I haven't seen Spencer on this end of it before.
Oh, yeah, really?
It's going to be interesting to see how he responds.
Oh, big drop.
Just hear that shake.
Yeah, man. Now you have the 15 seconds.
Yes, they got 15 seconds. Now, he can drop his sword if he wanted to rain down some punches. He's going to get a point every time.
It's a guy on top.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Now, if he reverses the position like you do in MMA, that's 2 points as well. If he's on the bottom.
Now, how come was that just the end of 15 seconds?
Yeah, he was. I think they were just standing them up there, and now we're back to that standing game.
I like that little parrying there, too.
Yep.
They've both been doing it, the block and then immediately strike after.
Yes, learning the sword play is a crucial part of the game, just like your jab and boxing.
1 minute.
And these short punches, you know the power of the hip turn. You know all about that. It's the same thing.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I can imagine. Neither of these guys have the points on their knees.
Right.
So I got to get pointy knees.
Get the point.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real. I didn't know those existed. I've never seen those before.
She got knee in the belly and her nose bled.
Yeah, it was just, they must work. Good sword pommel right there.
Yeah, that was
exchange.
Yeah.
30 seconds, fighting.
This, man, I got to give it to Sean over here. Man, he's going. He's putting that pressure.
Yeah, Mr. Shock, he hasn't really slowed down yet.
Yeah, no. He's trying to get that sweep.
Now, I've always had a respect for judo, but
Yes.
I think he would just excel in the sport.
There's a lot of judo in the sport.
Yeah.
It's the main form that you train as far as the groundwork and the cage work.
Now, would you be allowed to wrestler shoot like double leg in this?
You can get a takedown. Yes, a takedown is a takedown.
Stop
Yep.
fight. Fighters to your corners. Give them a quick minute to rest. Send them back out for their final
Into that round. And that's but the problem is, so if you go for that takedown where that helmet's on, keep in mind, takedown, you look up, turn. When that helmet's on, you're like this.
Yeah.
So you're just you're stuck. And all they have to do, if they literally just put their hand on you like this, the amount of pressure it takes for you to raise up, it's unreal. You wouldn't think it would, because you're a strong guy. I'm a strong guy. Like you wouldn't think it's hard, and it feels like you have 12 people on top of you. It's crazy.
And who's ready for the final round of this Profight match?
All right. The crowd here has been crazy. Like, I've been to 10 billion MMA fights, and the crowds don't get into it like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
try that spin, didn't he?
I've been waiting all night to see it.
Yeah. It's like, as you know in MMA, it's a hit or miss. If you time it, it's beautiful, but if you don't, you are on the highlight reel. He is just coming forward, man. Sean just keeps coming forward and using that cage.
Yeah, man, when you're that big, when you can move them around like that, it's such an advantage.
It's kind of like, I'm a huge sumo fan, and I always wondered, I was like, why don't we get sumo wrestlers to play NFL football? And you got these guys right here who are that offensive lineman size.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not slowing down. And there's that sweep. Good hip toss.
Oh, knee on belly immediately?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's trying to blast. Now, Spencer, watch what he's doing with his arm. He's keeping that sword locked out. He's doing that to minimize that damage, which is he's not able to score points if he's just.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
So he's coming. He's trying to maintain that defense. Just ride it out. If you know you're screwed, just minimize that damage. Spencer's a little slow getting
1 minute
up there.
remaining.
It'd be hard not to breathe heavy after this.
Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. Those are just bombs.
Yeah, landing combinations now, too.
Yeah, it's rare you're going to see that, jab, cross, hook, rear kick. And he's down again. Spencer's down again. And that almost thought that cage door came open.
Now, are there any rules to no striking to the back of the head?
Yeah, we don't want to do to the back of the neck. Usually with the sword, you'll see that the ref is going to call it if it gets too bad. Back of the knee and the groin.
Okay.
And all those are points. I mean, he's
30 seconds, fighters.
very good. We got that 10-second count.
That's so interesting.
It is a different world.
Yeah. So karate combat's point system, if you will, it's different than MMA. MMA, its #1 criteria is damage.
Right.
Karate combat is aggressiveness. They want you to be in control. They're trying to force the action in the center. And so getting used to the different scoring system has been a process for me.
Right.
I'd have to learn it again when doing this.
And with karate combat, you get when you do karate combat, you only get so long on the ground as well, right? Until they stand you up.
It used to be 5 seconds. Now they've got it as long as I'm striking to finish, they'll let me go.
They'll let you go. Nice. That's the end of the fight, brother. And they're trying to quickly, Spencer's trying to quickly get that. You can't wait to get the arm off. Like, you can't wait to get it off.
He won the fight, and he's like, get it off, get it off.
Sam, as we take a look at the fight highlights, both of these warriors really put on a great show. But if I was a betting man, I think Shock was the more effective fighter.
After 3 high-intensity matches, your winner is Jimmy Shaw.
Wade's got me.
Very good job.
Yeah, great fight. That was a lot of fun. I think I have a new fight tonight. It was the girl fight earlier. I think these guys just took it.
They were very active.
They were.
Yeah.
And for big guys, I wasn't expecting it.
Right.